Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Mukti Masterclass, Roll with Confidence, which is about our derma rolling and microneedling using a derma roller. And I know people are just joining, so Mukti is joining us from Australia.
Hello from Australia. It's Friday morning, 10 a.m. here.
Yes. I see people rolling in, so welcome. We're going to just wait a couple minutes and chit chat while you all roll in and say hello. And then we're going to get started with our class like in just 2 minutes. If you're here and want to pop a comment in the chat box on where you're joining us from, that would be great. We'd love to hear where you're joining us from. And I'm joining you from the Beauty Heroes Novato store. It's 5 o'clock in California, so it's our last hour. So somebody just walked in, which is really nice. Hi. Hi, I see Washington, Chicago.
Hi, Lexi, Charlotte.
Hi.
Jocelyn, hi.
I see. If you're a Beauty Heroes member and you got the Mukti Discovery, feel free to post that too. Let us know how you like it. Hi, artists. So people are coming in. We've got 29 people in, and we had a lot of RSVPs. So hopefully people are going to be joining us later. If you've got a derma roller and you want to bring it, roll during the class, you certainly can. Mukti's going to be showing us how to do it. I've also got the Mukti serums. You can use any serum at home. And we're also going to be talking, and we have some really special offers for you today, but we're going to be talking a bit about collagen and Mukti's amazing. This is the only collagen we carry at Beauty Heroes, the Bioactive Collagen Booster. And so we'll be talking a little bit about that. So I think most of the people who want to join on time are here. Let's get started. I'm just going to intro Mukti, and then I'm really going to turn this over to her. She is our master. Mukti is obviously the founder of Mukti Skincare, which was in luxury organic, the first certified organic skincare line in Australia. It's EcoCert Organic. She is really a pioneer. She started her brand in 2000, and she's an esthetician, and she is, studied complementary and holistic health and traditional healing. And she wrote this amazing book that I don't think you can get in the US. It's a little hard to come by, but it's called Truth and Beauty, and it's the best book on beauty, clean beauty, healthy beauty that I think exists.
Wow.
Yeah, I've told you that before. I mean, I say it all the time because it really goes into detail, and we're really, I love this book. So if you can get your hands on it, it's a good one. So we're going to jump right in and start with what is a dermal roller? How does it work? Why do we need it? And kind of the basics.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining tonight. So the dermal roller it's actually just a really simple at-home tool that you can use, and it's what we call simple science. So it's a safe, gentle, effective, and pain-free at-home treatment, and you can use it regardless of what skin type you've had, and it's an affordable tool, so it'll help with skin health and improving overall performance of your skincare products, in particular your serums and elixirs, so your worker bees of the skincare line. And we have quite a few of those in the range. So we've got all the Vital A, B, C. We've also got the Age Defiance Day Serum, the Age Defiance Night Serum, a new Rescue and Recover Serum, the Hyaluronic Marine Serum, and then we've got the Antioxidant Facial Oil, which I refer to as an oil as opposed to a serum because it is just basically oils. I did create a serum cheat sheet, which I've given to Jeannie. So hopefully we'll be able to get that out to you via email. And if you're interested in that, it just gives you a really quick overview. If you're a bit confused as to which serum you need based on your problems and concerns, because I find it can be a bit overwhelming when you're starting on that journey of serums and elixirs. So it'll give you a brief overview. If we have time in the class or you've got any specific questions about any of the serums that we do offer, then I'll answer those questions in the Q&A as best I can, depending on how much time we've got. So, so you can use the Dermal Roller with any of the serums. So the best way to do it, I'll just explain what it does. So what it does is it pricks the outer layer of the skin, which is also known as the stratum corneum. So that's basically the dead skin that sits on the surface of his skin, and then it desquamates. Another fancy word for that is sheds naturally. But what it does is it pricks that outer layer, and then it creates micro channels, so very fine, small channels that aren't visible to the human eye. And then it helps assist those active ingredients to reach their targeted areas and address your concerns. So it sounds like it might be painful, but it actually creates minimal damage to the skin. It's not like microneedling, which you would have in a cosmetic setting, which is a bit deeper. So this is not as deep as that. So you're not going to necessarily see any damage to the skin. You might see a little bit of redness, and you might feel the product spike slightly, or another word for that would be tingle upon application. And then the magic happens below the surface of the skin. So it creates a cascade wound healing response to the skin. But again, it's not like you would experience in a cosmetic setting with an esthetician. So it's safe enough to use at home. You can use it every day if you want. Some people love doing it every day. Other people like doing it 2 or 3 times a week. And it's something that you can do while you're walking around the house, really. You can walk around with your roller and just roll wherever you want with confidence. So some of the benefits, they're multifaceted. So it can help with the proliferation of new skin cells. It can help increase collagen and elastin production, which we all need, plus some degree of repair and some new skin formation as well. And again, can assist with fine lines and wrinkles. So what it does is it lets the active ingredients penetrate through the outer layer, and then it can also help with skin tone and texture. Some people have had results with hyperpigmentation as well as fine lines. And it can improve the penetration of ingredients up to 40%, which is quite significant, rather than just massaging a serum directly onto the skin. So the needles are compatible with the human skin cells, so they're extremely comfortable. Now, we've got 2 dermal rollers. We've got a 0.25 millimeter, and we've got a new one which we've just introduced, which is the 0.3. So visually, you can't really see a lot of difference, but the 0.3 is obviously going to penetrate a little bit deeper. So first-time users can start with the 0.25, and then if you want to advance, you can go to the 0.3 after you've started with this. Normally your roller, depending on how often you use it, will last for about 3 to 6 months, but the needles will become a little bit blunt after you use them repetitively. So you may want to look at replacing that every 3 to 4 months.
Mukti, at what age do you recommend that people start incorporating this into their skincare routine?
Yeah, so if you say, for example, if you have a teenage daughter at home, or someone with acne or is worried about acne scarring and pitting, you could start using it earlier. And then normally when we start to see the skin decline, or when it's considered to be mature, is around age 25, which is pretty depressing. So after that, your collagen starts that process of declining, and you start to lose that plumpness very slowly. But so anyone over the age of 25, I definitely recommend to start rolling or looking at assisting their penetration of their active serums and elixirs by using the dermal roller.
We have a really good question. What makes the Mukti roller different than, what differentiates rollers in general, or and what makes what are the characteristics of the Mukti Derma roller and why you made this one?
Yeah, look, I think there's quite a few on the market. I'm not really aware of that many. What this one, we were one of the first in Australia to start incorporating this with our serums and elixirs. So there's all sorts of dermal rollers on the market. As I said, they're different needle length, but I haven't really looked at any others other than the one that we manufacture. So the needles are very fine. The quality is good. Yeah. So there are other ones which have polymerized needles, and these ones are titanium. So easy to keep clean, and easy to use. Yeah.
So you made the 0.25 and the 0.3. Do they come even longer, the needles, or bigger the needles? Are you making another one, or is this it?
No, this is it for home use at this stage. So we've got, both of these have got the same amount of needles, which is 540 needles in the head. Yeah, so they're both the same. It's just the needle length that differs. And if you're not sensitive, or your skin is fairly, for want of a better word, normal, then you could just start with the 3 millimeter if you wanted to. We've only just launched that because we had a lot of requests for a deeper needle, because people wanted to go that next step. Yeah.
Someone's asking, they say they have a 1.0 millimeter at home. Is that too harsh? Is that too long for someone just starting out?
I guess it really depends on what your skin type is, and if you're not having any adverse effects or reactions to it. I think we just try to err on the side of caution, and I think now there's some legislation here in Australia with the Therapeutic Goods Administration. If you are going deeper, then you have to register the product. So we sort of haven't gone through that process of doing that. Yeah. So I'm not sure what the FDA, whether they've got any requirements over there in relation to that size needle, but I think we'd probably be having some issues in getting that approved.
Great. So if you're a beginner, you can start with the 0.25 millimeter. If you're more advanced, or if you have really sensitive skin, you can start with the 0.3 millimeter. And we've got an amazing offer. If you don't have a derma roller yet, you can get one of Mukti's rollers with the purchase of any of her serums. You can enter the code ADVANCED for the 0.25 millimeter, or the code beginner for the 0.25 millimeter, and the code ADVANCED for the 0.3 millimeter, and we will include it with any of her serums. So we'll talk a little bit more about the serums, but I just wanted to let you know that we do have that. You can just add that to your cart. I think we're keeping that open through the weekend. So if you want to think about it, but we're going to jump into prepping your skin for derma rolling.
Yeah, so I might just, before we do that, I might just go back to any contraindications and when not to use the needle. So if you've got any form of dermal impairment. So dermal impairment basically means that the skin's been damaged and it's very sensitized. And if you've had any, cosmetic procedures, if you've been using a really strong A, for example, or you've had any laser and your skin is in recovery mode, then you would definitely not be using the dermal roller. If you've got redness or rosacea, you've got raised scarring or any other sensitivity. So if you apply product and you're getting some sort of redness, tingling, spiking, then it's probably not best to use it. If you do suffer from any form of dermal impairment, one of the product ranges that I recently released was the Calming Collection, and that was because I was suffering from dermal impairment. And you have to really be very, very patient and treat your skin with absolute respect, because it does take some time to heal dermal impairment. It is not an immediate fix. Sometimes it can take a year or longer. It took me, to be honest, probably a year and a half to fix my dermal impairment, alongside going through some perimenopausal issues with my skin as well. So the skin's constantly changing as we age. So if you do have any rosacea where you get those tiny little pustules coming up, then it's probably best not to use the dermal roller. So if there is any spiking or redness after you use it, then just proceed with caution. And then some people prefer to use it at nighttime as opposed to during the day or before you go to work, because it might sort of create a little bit of redness, and it's better to use it again on clean skin and then follow with your serum afterwards. So we'll start with how to use it, and then I'll just do a little bit of a demonstration. And then if you want to roll with me, you can roll with me. If you've cleansed your face beforehand, that's probably ideal, but otherwise you can just do this after the class or later on this evening when we finish. So always good to use a clean dermal roller and use it on clean skin. So at the end of the day, I usually recommend a double cleanse, and that's because it'll help remove dirt, makeup, and impurities. I can see that you guys are still using masks over there. So if you've got any maskne as well, probably just avoid using it around that area. With the double cleanse, I like to use the Calming Cleansing Melt, which is the new cleanser the Calming Cleansing Balm. This one here. It's a beautiful jelly-like texture, and it's an oil-based cleanser. And then you put it on dry skin, and then you just massage that into the skin, and then you just wash it with tepid water, and it creates a nice milky emulsion. And then we have 2 other cleansers that you can follow up with depending on what your skin type is. There's the Hydrating Cleansing Lotion, which is more of a milky, creamy based cleanser, which is for dry, dehydrated skin. And then, well, it's actually suitable for all skin types as well as sensitive. And then we've also got the Balancing Gel Cleanser, which is for more your combination oily skin types.
And we gifted the Balancing Cleansing Gel as our Love More gift all last month. So hopefully some of you got that. It was really an amazing gift. And Kevin, who is our director of marketing, you can't see him, but it is his hero product. And that was his like Love More triumph. He wanted more people to discover that cleanser. And so many people love that cleanser. It's really become a top seller at Beauty Heroes. And the Calming Cleansing Balm is so beautiful. Even though it's essential oil free, it still has this like beautiful herbal scent. And I mean, it's a really special, if you like a balm cleanser, it's a really lovely one.
Yeah. What amazes me about this too is how long it lasts. Like that's a 100-gram jar, but it just seems to keep going. I've had mine in the shower. I'm like, why isn't this disappearing? If you do use it in the shower, just be careful about putting water in there, because it'll make the balm go a bit milky. So use it with dry hands if you can. I just like to, sometimes I'm in a hurry, so I just use it in the shower. So when you are dermal rolling, just keep in mind that you're creating pathways for your serums and elixirs that you're about to use. You're creating pathways for them to penetrate your skin more efficiently and effectively. All right, so we'll start with the roller. I'm just trying to see myself here while I'm doing it. So you want to keep the pressure fairly even, and you don't have to press really hard, but you can just change the pressure based on how it feels, really. So what you want to do is you want to cover all areas of your face. So I find I just start in one particular section. So I'll start up here on my forehead, for example, and I'm really not applying any pressure at the moment. I'm just rolling. You allow the roller to do the work for you. It's similar to when you're exfoliating. And then you just work in a Union Jack style pattern. So I'm going crossways, and then I'm going to do an arrow and then this way. And that pretty much covers all the surface area. So you could do it in front of the mirror while you're getting used to it. And then afterwards you can walk around the house doing it if you're time poor, or yeah, it's a bit like brushing your teeth. I don't know whether everyone else multitasks when they're brushing their teeth, but I usually have things in my hands, and
I do it while I'm watching TV, like,
yeah. Or you could do that while you're watching TV too. It's actually quite relaxing. And then same thing. So you'd start doing the same thing on the cheek area. Same pattern. Oop, try not to poke yourself in the eye. And then speaking of around the eye area, can you dermal roll around the eye area? Yes, you can, but just very, very, very gently around there, because the skin around the eyes doesn't have any oil glands. And that's why we start to age. It's also very fine. And that's why we start to see the visible signs of aging around the eye area, the crow's feet. That's one of the first areas where you'll start to see those signs. So if you are using it, just very, very gently and lightly. And then if you are concerned about any lines and aging around the eye area, I created an amazing eye serum about 5 or 6 years ago, and it's got a lot of peptides in there for puffiness, dark circles.
We know about that. It's our discovery. It's in our discovery. That's right. Everybody should know about the eye serum. It's, you know, I keep telling people, I don't know if I'll ever use another eye product again. And so, you know, just dependent on it. It's like, I'm scared to stop using it. It's that effective, and it's so light and easy to use, and, you know, to wear so well under makeup. It's amazing. So, but going back to the needling under the eye, so it'll stimulate a little bit of collagen under the eyes. Very gently. So just if you're using sort of normal pressure on other areas of your face, then when you go in under the eye, just hardly touching it, just very, very gently. You could almost do the same above the eye area as well, just gently rolling. And there you really probably can just go like this. But again, just I haven't been that brave, but actually, I'll try it. Yeah, it's quite relaxing, but, you know, just play with it. You know, don't be terrified of it, but obviously keep your eye closed while you're doing it as well, because it's easy to poke yourself in the eye. Again, I'm just rolling that around the contour, just very, very gently. So somebody's asking, should you roll for a certain amount of time before moving on to the next section of your face? Just making sure you cover all those areas. So following that Union Jack pattern vertically, horizontally, and diagonally is really, so you just work so I usually start on my forehead, then I'll do my left cheek, for example, then I'll do my right cheek, and then I'll go up and down the bridge of the nose, same thing. So just sort of keep focusing on one area. You're changing the angles of the needles, right? Yeah. So you're getting different. That's right. Yeah. And then you can start working along the jawline as well, here, and then underneath the jawline. I guess this is what it would be like if you had to shave. Yeah. Same sort of action. And then again, you know, you can lift your neck up as well and just stimulate. And you can even continue on down onto your décolletage area as well, because when you are applying serums and your elixirs, you really do want to include this area here, all sort of down in this V-shaped area, because, you know, this is another area where we start to see those signs of aging. I really like working on this little area here. Hoping that it'll disappear. So that's that. If you're worried about having, you know, turkey neck or a sagging neck area, this is a really good place to stimulate. I'm being quite sort of brisk there, and I'm being quite sort of probably applying more pressure. So you can vary the pressure depending on where you're using it on your face. I generally don't tend to do my lips, but I'll do the top of the lip as well. And then with that eye serum, if you have extra eye serum, when you're putting it on, it's only the size of a grain of rice, but when you put it on, you do that pressing, tapping motion. If you've got any left over,
do the top of the lip
Let's
as
do that.
well. Because,
Because
it's a
I
good
got
little
this
trick.
really strong.
Yeah, because this is another sign another area where you'll start to see those very fine visible signs just on the top lip. And the other thing you can do as well, and I always encourage this, is to put your serums and elixirs on the backs of your hands. So you can dermal roll the backs of your hands as well, because this is another area where you'll start to see those first visible signs of aging, age spots. And the skin on the hands is similar to the skin underneath the eyes, doesn't have the oil glands and ages, very fine skin, and shows those visible signs of aging. It's one of those first areas that will show up after your eyes. So same thing on the backs of the hands. So you can give them a really good roll.
Dermal rolling on the backs of your hand.
Yeah, and then, I just do that because
that I never thought of.
Because it's another one of those key indicators of aging is the backs of the hands, where you start to get those little spots. And then some of the serums that we've got, like the Vital C elixir, the A and the night serum, are really good for those age spots as well. Yeah, because they've got the brightening in there.
Great. I have a couple of questions though.
Yeah.
So first, if this month's hero product is the antioxidant mask, and if you wanted to like kind of do a ritual with masking and derma rolling, would you do that in the same, like, would you, after rolling, would you then put your mask on and then your serum, or mask first, clean skin, then derma roll, then serum?
Yes, the second order. So I would mask first. But in doing that too, I actually think if your skin's fairly robust, then you should be fine. But if your skin is a little bit sensitized, because when you do the mask, because it's clay, it draws the blood circulation to the surface of the skin as well. So it could actually benefit the rolling. But if you are sensitive, then again, you just need to keep that in mind, because I always find too, when people get really excited and they buy all the products, and then they usually buy the mask and the 2-in-1 resurfacing exfoliant, and then they get excited and they use them all at the same time, and then their skin gets overstimulated. So again, just introduce products slowly, one at a time, if you have got sensitive skin. I'm just finding more and more people, particularly after COVID, because people were at home and you had more time and sort of lockdown, people were just going a little bit crazy and using way too many products and using all sorts of things all the time. And I think there's a lot to be said for paring back and just simplifying our routines and not going too crazy. So, mask a couple of times a week and then exfoliate 2 to 3 times a week. I think there's a lot of over exfoliation that's going on in the industry as well at the moment. So just to be aware of that, and just really, respect your skin, because it does get more sensitive as you age, and it does get finer, and there does seem to be more issues with dermal impairment. I'm just seeing a lot more of it with our customers, particularly after COVID. And of course, everyone's been under a huge amount of stress as well. So that's going to affect our cortisol levels and everything else. Yeah,
we've been seeing that too. So can you talk a little bit more about the benefits of dermal rolling on acne scars? I know a lot of us have those. I had really bad cystic acne, and somebody's asking about keloid scars specifically.
Keloid scarring is a little bit tricky, and there's not a lot you can do for that, unfortunately. There's no harm in trying to use it and seeing if that helps. I think what I would do if I had keloid scarring as well, is be looking at some of the wonderful CO2 extracts. So in our antioxidant facial oil, for example, I use Marigold, and which is otherwise known as calendula, rosehip, ubiquinone, CoQ10, vitamin E. So all of those are in the antioxidant facial oil. So that's great for keloid scarring. Another really great product too for any dry, dehydrated skin is the Marigold Hydrating Cream, which is a really lush, thick cream. Again, has all your CO2 extracts in there. I use a lot of ubiquinone, otherwise known as CoQ10 and vitamin E, in pretty much all of our products. And we also use a lot of Kakadu plum as well, which has got the natural botanical vitamin C in there as well. Yeah.
Great. And somebody's asking if they have perioral dermatitis and if it's not active, and can it be, obviously it can't be used with active dermatitis, but if it's non-active perioral dermatitis, okay to roll, or would that potentially stimulate it?
I would err on the side of caution with that. I would maybe just give it a go and see if your skin reacts, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Again, I would just see how you go with that. For me, for example, with dermal impairment that I just went through, I didn't roll, and I didn't actually use any of my active serums either for quite a period of time. I just used the Rescue and Recover serum in the Calming collection, which is this one here. See, even now I'm sitting here after I just did that rolling demonstration, and I can feel my skin is actually tingling and spiking. So I can feel the benefits of the roller. And then your skin will adjust and get used to it as well, the more you use it. But just start slowly and then see how your skin responds. Yeah.
Great. So let's talk about the serums a little bit, and, how to use serums, with it, and the different ones. And I've got them all here. It's, I think one of the things that's so unique about Mukti is this age defiance collection, and it's very targeted. And so that there's the day, there's the night, and there's the A, the B, the C. So do you want to, I think it'd be nice for us to understand, briefly, like, if you've got this, use the C. If you've got this, use the A, or use this in the morning. And then also like the daytime and the nighttime.
Yeah. Okay. So your serums and elixirs are like your worker bees of the skincare line, and we usually recommend that you use the serums and elixirs before you moisturize. So you would cleanse, then you would derma roll, for example. If you weren't derma rolling, then you would just apply your serum or elixir after you cleanse. Sometimes I like to mist first as well. So a good mist is the rose blossom. That's very hydrating, very soothing, very calming. And so what happens with serums and elixirs is they've got a smaller molecular structure, so they easily penetrate the skin. And I use different delivery systems. So some of them have got spherolite, so they're micro-encapsulated, which means that the delivery system is unique and it allows the product to penetrate into the deeper dermal layers of the skin as well. And then you've got different actives in there. So they're a great addition to your skincare regime. If you're not using a serum or elixir, then definitely recommend that you start looking at including those in your routine. Also, with this offer that Jeannie and Beauty Heroes have, is we've got the free dermal roller with any serums and elixirs, I believe, across the range. Is that right, Jeannie? Yeah. So products that contain vitamin A are best to use during the evening. And then with our Age Defiance Night Serum, it also has brightening and exfoliating properties in there. So it's got papain enzyme. It's got another ingredient called Chromobrite. And the Age Defiance Night Serum has just had a little bit of a facelift, so to speak, and an upgrade. And we've added bakuchi oil into there. So I've actually... You probably still have the old formulation at the moment, but the reason what I took out the HPR, which is hydroxypinoculin retinate, which is a gentler form of A, and I've taken that out of the Age Defiance Night Serum in the revised formulation, which will be out in the next few months, and I've put in bakuchi oil so that anyone who's pregnant or breastfeeding or concerned about vitamin A can use the Age Defiance night serum at nighttime. And then I'm leaving the vitamin A with the HPR. So that will be a differentiation between those two products. So the Age Defiance night serum has also got Chroma Bright in it as well, which is a brightening, lightening serum. I tend to now layer both of them. So I use the Vital A and the night serum at nighttime. And then if aging is your main concern, then use the Age Defiance collection. So you've got the Age Defiance night serum and then the Age Defiance day serum. And they are completely different formulations. So hence one to use at night and one using the day. And they also target different problems and concerns. So I'll come down to that. If you're just starting or dipping your toe in with the serums elixirs, then you could start with the vitamin boosters. So I always find vitamin C is the best one to start with, because that is what most of us need, and that helps produce and stimulate your collagen. So I always say C for collagen and correction, and then B for balance and bounce, and A for acne, and something else with A. What was it? Aging.
I'm going to get that from you. We're going to use that.
Which one's
really
that?
good. C for collagen and correction. B for
balance and bounce.
Balance and bounce. A for acne and aging.
Yeah, it's just easy to remember it that way. Yeah, I think that one that came to me in the middle of the night one night. All right, so your Vital A, I'll just quickly touch on these. And I did send you that cheat sheet as well, so I think you can get that out to anyone who's interested. So your A, again, it's a milder form of retinoid in there. It's a HPR, as I mentioned before, hydroxypinocolone retinate. Sounds like a fancy cocktail, and it is for your skin. It's less sensitizing than your traditional retinoic acid. And again, fine lines, wrinkles, acne, aging, and scarring. So anyone who's got those concerns, then your A is a really good product for that. And then it's got botanical sources of baruti and rosehip, which are, I think it's got about 1% of each, and that they're natural forms of vitamin A, botanical based, that support that. Best to use that one in the evening. And the Vital A stimulates collagen, stimulates cell turnover, anti-inflammatory, and also decreases oil production. Who should use it? Anyone starting in your mid-20s or sooner if you have acne. So if you have got that acne pitting and scarring and you want that serum that's ideal for that, then use your A. We've also had some amazing success with the Age Defiance night serum as well, with acne scarring and also with acne. So that's a really good nighttime product to use.
I think it's tempting to want to use them all. So one person's asking very good questions. How many Mukti serums is too many serums for a daily routine?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can use all of them, but it really just, I mean, you can also cocktail them. So I prefer to layer, but you can cocktail where you just sort of mix them together. But ideally, start with your layering. If you are using A, B, and C, then I recommend using A and B at night and follow with the Age Defiance night serum. And then during the day, use your C and then follow with the Age Defiance day serum. Yeah. And then you could also use a little bit of hyaluronic if you're feeling like you need that extra bit of hydration. Yeah, if your skin's a bit dehydrated. We've got the low molecular weight hyaluronic acid in there, and then it's also got a form of wakame seaweed in there. So that's amazing. So at the moment, for me, I'm using the Vital A and the night serum at night. And then during the day, I'm using, I layer the Vital C first, and then I put the hyaluronic on, and then I'll put the moisturizer on top of that. That's my current routine. Again, I change it up depending on what my skin is telling me. And up until recently, as I said, I couldn't use any of the I couldn't use any of the Vital B. I couldn't use any of the vitamins without some form of rosacea. So I'm super happy at the moment because it was quite distressing and depressing not to be able to use them. So again, I just listened to my skin and I went back just to the Rescue and Recover serum.
Yeah. I was just recommending that to somebody who was having just a major rashes and things, you know, just she didn't know why. And I just told her Rescue and Recover, you know, and that line. Somebody's asking, when do you advise to use serum versus oil? Can you use both? And they're a fellow Aussie based in New York.
Yeah. So what I usually do with there is a bit of a misnomer in the industry too between serums and oils. I call my serums have got, they're not an oil to me, because I find it a bit confusing. So we have the Antioxidant Facial Oil, and then you can use that in conjunction with all the serums, and you would use that if you weren't using a moisturizer, for example, or if you just want to have a little bit of hydration, you put your serum on and then you can put your oil on top of that just to seal it in. The Antioxidant Facial Oil is one of my first products that I made, and it's got, I think, around 16 essential fatty acids in there. It's an amazing product. There are some other very expensive oils on the market. I'm not going to mention any names, but someone in your family, I won't mention the product name, but it's quite expensive, which is another product in the States. It's on par with that, definitely. Someone's sibling, I think that's enough hints.
Yeah.
That hint.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, so if you want a cheaper oil, that one is really comparative with that, in my opinion. But yeah, I've looked at that product and I think it's very similar. So yeah, you can use your oil after you apply your serums, and then that just helps seal the moisture in.
Which serum would you recommend for dark sunspots?
Yeah, so again, I would be looking at the Vital A and the Age Defiance Night Serum. So with the upgrade for the Age Defiance Night Serum, it's got licorice root extract in it as well. So that's coming out. And so does the new C. So it's got licorice root and magnesium ascorbate phosphate in there, which is stabilized. And then it's microencapsulated in spherulets. So that will then help with brightening the skin. It is a long, slow process. Of course, any sun damage is, in some ways, it's irreversible. But if you start protecting your skin and using a daily sunscreen, which is also recommended, particularly in summer, that will help to protect your skin. And then with the C and the A and the Age Defiance Night, if you use all of those combined, then that definitely will help with lightening and brightening the skin.
Great. Well,
do you want me to keep just going with the elixirs, or how are we going with time?
I was going to jump into collagen just because I think I want to really talk about that. We are talking about sort of stimulating collagen production on the surface of the skin. And I have been I'm really passionate about this product, the Bioactive Collagen Booster that you launched in January, I think, of this year. Or was it end of last year?
Yeah, we launched it in Australia a little while ago, and then I think we just launched it in the States I'm getting so mixed up with time. I think it was this year or towards the end of last year, yes.
Yeah. We gave out samples to every order in January and February so that people could taste how great it tastes, but it really is a product that if you take it consistently, you're really seeing results. I turned 47 on Sunday. So I'm definitely, feeling like a collagen supplement is really good for me. And I'm so glad that you made it. This is the only actual collagen supplement that we currently carry at Beauty Heroes. And I'm just think it's so well formulated. It's got so much more than collagen in it, and it tastes amazing. And we've got a very special offer to this group here. Thank you for the birthday wishes, y'all. But let's talk about collagen and how it works. So you're stimulating it on the surface of the skin with the dermal roller, but supplementing it internally. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I'll just cover off on just an overview of that particular product, because there are a lot of collagens on the market, and this one is a bit more of an expensive one. We were talking about the equivalent of it being similar to, a cup of coffee a day, but with all the benefits. So when I formulated this, I wanted to make it so that it covered off on gut, nail, and skin health as well. So it covers all of those, because 80% of our immune system is in our gut, and the gut-brain axis, there's more and more research and studies coming out around that. And then there's you'll probably start hearing quite a lot about, we know about prebiotics and we know about probiotics, and there's a lot of emphasis on probiotics, but we're starting to hear a lot about postbiotics, and postbiotics are created by the prebiotics, and the prebiotics are in the form of inulin, so things like Jerusalem artichoke and your yams and things like that. So they're the fiber, the dietary fiber that helps feed the good bacteria in our gut. If you're taking a probiotic, that's fine, but probiotics are only going to be in your gut for a period of, they're like there for a staycation. They're only going to be in there for like a week or two. So the prebiotic is really important in feeding the gut. And so the Bioactive Collagen Booster has your daily amount of inulin in the form of yam. And so you're having your prebiotic in there as well as your marine collagen. So marine collagen is the most studied form of collagen in relation to skin aging, and it's very rich in amino acids. So it's got your glycine, your proline, which are your primary amino acids, and they help with formation of collagen. They help to fuel collagen throughout the body. Glycine is foundational in RNA and DNA strand creation, and the body, it helps the body to produce its own collagen. And glycine has other functions. It helps with transportation of nutrients to the cells as well. And it also acts as an antioxidant, protects the cells from free radical damage. The marine collagen that we use is sustainably sourced. So it's derived from the byproduct of fish skin and scales, which is extremely rich in type 1 collagen. Type 1 collagen makes up 70% of the collagen in our body. So you actually have to have collagen from an animal source. Apologies to all vegans, but you do have to have it to replenish and replace lost collagen. And for it to enter the bloodstream, it needs to come from an animal source. And there's plenty of scientific studies now to verify that the collagen does actually hit the gut and then goes into the bloodstream as well. So if your goal is to enhance your overall skin health, nails, hair, I noticed when I started getting perimenopausal, Jenny, that my hair started to get a lot thinner and finer. I used to have a really thick mane, and now you can see it's really quite, and it's growing again. It stopped growing for a while. So daily dose of this is has definitely helped. So, when we start to hit our mid-20s, as I said before, then we start to see those signs of aging. So replenishing the collagen is vital to maintaining that youthful skin, plump, toned skin. I mean, you can see you've still got a lot of collagen. You've still got nice bounce in your skin. So
work on it, man.
Yeah, well, we have to. But yeah, so our ability to replace that collagen is diminishes as we age. It's got other great benefits, like it can help decrease cellulite. We've talked a little bit about supporting gut health before. Nail health, hair health, can help with scar reduction, stabilizing blood sugar. So I often have my daily dose, what I call my daily dose, in the afternoon. So if I'm feeling a little bit flat, I'll have it then. And it can help reduce inflammation, helps with immunity, helps fight bacteria. The other thing that I put in with the product was other plant-based ingredients. So we've got amazing vitamin C in there. We've got acai acerola. It's got aloe vera, which is very soothing and calming. It's got amala, which is very high in vitamin C, kakadu plum. So you've got your polyphenolic compounds in there, astaxanthin, which is UV protection from the inside out, cranberry, another form of flavonoids, and high in carotenoids as well, goji, which is another form of carotenoids. So Jodicaba,
it's got so much in it. I mean, you have to really look at this ingredient list.
Pomegranate and resveratrol as well. And then the other amazing ingredient that is used as a beauty tonic in Southeast Asia is schisandra berries. And then it's got a nice raspberry flavor as well. So it tastes pretty amazing. It's not too sweet. When you are making it up, I just need to point out, because it has got the inulin in there and it's got the aloe vera in there, the best way to do it is you do a heaped teaspoon, pop it into a glass of water, add a little bit of, pop it into an empty glass, add your heaped teaspoon, add a tiny bit of water, create a slurry or a paste, and then slowly add the rest of your water and keep mixing it and agitating it. And that'll just help with it dissolving as well. So if you're making it, that's the best way to do it. It's also got hyaluronic acid in there as an internal form of HA. So I basically, like I do with all of my formulations, I just pack as much in as I possibly can.
You really did with this.
I know. I have a new business partner, and she said to me, your cost of goods is really extremely high, Mukti. And I said, yeah, well, that's because I'm not answerable to anyone else. So I really pack everything that I possibly can in there, and I don't have to answer to anyone else. So, but if I did, I'd be in trouble, because I can't make cheap products. I really get the best possible ingredients and pack it full of them. And so we've had some really good results with people that have been using it for 12 weeks, increase in skin luster and suppleness. So it's good for dull skin and any gut issues too. If you've got leaky gut, or you're having a bit of a cleanse, it's really good for that. So if your goal is for more visibly firmer, lifted skin with fewer lines and wrinkles and a nice radiant complexion, who doesn't want that? It's a really simple step that you can incorporate into your daily routine. And Jeannie and I have decided to give you that special offer. I think it's just for a limited time as well. So I would definitely take that offer up if you really want to amplify your skincare results.
Yeah, I really wanted to offer this because I just love this product so much, and I want people to discover it. And it's so we're offering 25% off the Bioactive Collagen Booster. It's a really, really, really nice discount. So you can try it, and consistency is really key with this product. Taking just one glass of it every day. This can is 30 servings of it, so it lasts a month. So it's not, it's an investment, and for me I think it's really complementary for skincare. So if you I almost say, like, if you have to choose between another skincare product and this, I would add this to your routine if you're really feeling, for me, aging and lack of collagens. So I'd like to work on both levels, internal and external. And what's so great is once you buy the jar of it, then you can buy the refills, which is a month's supply, and you can just, refill this beautiful jar, and it's really nice. And so it tastes, somebody's asking what it tastes like. It tastes like a berry explosion: strawberries, gojis, pomegranate, raspberry. It's just a very pleasant, not sweet berry. It's pink, and it tastes very refreshing, like a kind of like a berry cooler, but without sugar.
It's not too sweet. It's sort of a balance between it's got a little bit of tartness and a little bit of sweetness. I find some products are just really quite sickly sweet, or they're not robust. It's quite a robust drink. The other way you can have it too is you can just pop it into your smoothie. And then another little treat that I've just started doing is I get the organic frozen raspberries and then put a little bit of kefir or yogurt or unflavored, and then I just sprinkle the collagen onto that. So there's other ways, and I have that as if I'm feeling like I want to have a little treat or a little dessert, that's kind of a nice way to have a healthy dessert.
Yeah, that's actually a great little tip too. So the code is booster if you want to pick this up, and it'll be, we'll email this out to everybody who RSVP'd for the class. If you want to share it with a friend, we're happy to have you do that as well. We'll send out a follow-up email tomorrow with the serum cheat sheet that Mukti was talking about and the details of all of this in case you missed them or, didn't catch it. They're also, Kevin's putting this in the chat box for us. So amazing. Thank you for partnering with us on this.
Yeah, that's my pleasure. I think there was one other thing we haven't covered off on, and that was how to clean and store.
Yes.
Yeah.
So exactly. So how long does it last? Where do you put it when you're not using it, and how do you clean it and keep it clean? Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So depending on how often you use it, I would look at replacing it every 3. If you're using it like every day, then you'd probably be looking at 3 months. And then if you're using it every 2 or 3 times a week, for example, probably 6 months it will last for. So it really just depends on the frequency, but you'll feel the needles, they'll start to become blunt. Another very important thing is not to share your device with anyone, similar to your toothbrush. Best not to share that with anyone. I don't know about you, sometimes my partner uses my toothbrush and I find it absolutely horrific. So it's like, I'm going to divorce you if you do that again. So yeah, don't share your device because it is penetrating the skin, and for cleanliness and hygiene reasons, best not to share. You can store it in the plastic case that it came in. So, but if you are doing that, ensure that you dry it thoroughly. So what I do is I create a rinse with either a bacterial solution, which you can get from your pharmacy, or preferably I use a tea tree oil solution in hot water. And then you just rinse it in that with a bit of hot water. You can dip a toothbrush into the solution, like a clean toothbrush, and use that as part of your cleaning process with the head of the dermal roller. So just gently brush over that with the tea tree or antibacterial solution, and then rinse it off, and then pop it on just pop it there to dry, and then you can put that into the case that it came in, pop it back in there, but just ensure that you dry it thoroughly beforehand. And I think that pretty much covers that.
Great. Thank you, Mukti. We have just one final question. Does your microneedling tool and product line work on a cellular level?
On a cellular level? Well, yeah, anything that's penetrating the skin is going to have, it's going to work on that top dermal layer. So the stratum corneum. So anything above that top level of skin, then it's not going to penetrate further than that. So it's really just that stratum corneum that we're looking at, which is the outer layer of the epidermis. Yeah. But
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So just remember, you're stimulating the skin, and then you're creating microchannels for your serum, for the uptake of your serums and elixirs. Yeah.
Great. Well, if you have any follow-up questions, feel free to email us at Beauty Heroes. We'd love to answer questions about products or ingredients. If we don't know the answer and we need to ask Mukti, we will email Mukti and ask her and get back to you. We thank you so much for tuning in today and for participating and engaging with us. So excited to share a little bit of deeper information about this tool and about the collagen, bioactive collagen booster, and your beautiful products. We are just really thrilled to bring them to our community. And yeah, thanks everyone. Have a great weekend, start to the weekend. And thank you, Mukti, for joining us all the way from Australia. We really appreciate your time and expertise.
Thank you. I'm very grateful for your support, Jenny. I love working with you guys. So thanks, Kevin. And thank you, everyone, for participating. If you've got any questions, as Jenny said, please just let us know and we'll get back to you. And my IG handle is by Mukti, by Mukti, if you want to follow me and see what I'm up to over here. But thank you very much.
And our next masterclass, and you're all invited with Mukti, has to be in our store in person.
Well, yeah, well, hopefully the world's going to change soon and we can all travel freely again, but that would be lovely. That'd be fantastic.
Really, really, really great. And we can do Mukti facials in our treatment room. And so thank you all, everyone. Have a great rest of the day.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.